guys, a little 4K action on the front camera. Obviously, this is like optimal lighting, but still able to tell the microphones and the stabilization, all that stuff. What do you guys think? How it handles the light? Doing a pretty good job. I'm pretty impressed with it, at least from what I see on this camera. And I like how wide it is too. Like, I'm not even holding, like, this is right next to my face and it's pretty wide. Like, comfortable viewing distance, it's really, really wide. Now we got a little 4K action. We'll go zoom in on my dog. Pretty cool. Looks pretty good. Pull it back on me. What do you guys think? How does it look? Good, bad, ugly? Let me know. Impressive? Not too bad, right? But yeah, Oppo. Did I call it OnePlus? I think I called it OnePlus. Oppo N5. Here's ultra wide. This ultra wide does shoot in 4K, which is good. You would always want that at the very least, because sometimes you see ultra wides, they only do 1080p, but I have it pretty close to my face. I'm gonna hold it out a little bit more. What do you guys think? All right, so we checked out the cameras, and the cameras did a pretty good job. Like, I thought that the photos that I took, obviously it was really good lighting, but I got some really good looking photos. So I was happy with the photos overall. The video, also very good. The clarity was really good. The one thing that didn't really impress me all that much was the microphones that are built into this camera. I was wearing a microphone. You could probably see it, but it wasn't connected to this phone. It was connected to another one. So again, I didn't think the microphones were all that good with this in terms of what it was clear, but it just wasn't very loud. I would definitely, if I was going to, mess with this, I would edit it in post for sure. But the cameras I thought were really good. And this is just the camera app. If you're curious, what this thing looks like in the camera app, you get basically every feature under the sun of what you would want. Has everything. If you go into video, it goes up to, let's see, 4K. You go up, so it's 4K. And then on the front, it's also 4K as well. So no 8K video on this. And then photos, you can zoom in. Let's just see, 120 actually. So 120x on the zoom there. So very nice in terms of the camera. Again, I thought they were pretty interesting looking. So what does the phone look like if you've never seen this phone before? Well, here's what it looks like. It is, this is a big display, but it's nice. Like, I love big displays, so that's really nice. Here's the back, which is nice. It also looks very similar to the OnePlus Open, which I have, which is the original Oppo Find N as well. We'll compare those just briefly on this, and then I'll do a full review of those two phones against each other in a separate video. But it's very, very thin. This phone is incredibly thin, and obviously kind of what we were expecting it to have is really tons of thinness, and it really, really is. I had a friend hold it, and my friend said it almost feels kind of cheap because it's so thin, like it's gonna, not cheap, but he said it felt kind of brittle, like it's gonna break. And I don't feel that way, but I can see how someone might feel that way. But it's incredibly thin, and it feels, pretty well made, but it is really, really thin. You got your USB-C port over there, some speakers. There you go. Buttons. Oh, that's the slider, I should say. They got the slider up there. Buttons are right here. And then at the top, there you go. That's what it looks like. Camera bump is pretty big, but it's not terrible. On a table, it's actually pretty, like it balances well. What I mean by that, obviously it wobbles a little bit when it's on, and there's no case on it, but otherwise it's fine. So one thing I don't like about this phone, I'll be honest with you, is the buttons. The buttons are way, way too high. They're way too high. I don't know why they have the buttons so freaking high. Like, I comfortably would be about right here, this area. And you can see they're all the way up here. So like to get to the volume buttons, you have to reach up really high on the phone. They're incredibly too high. I hate that about that. So button layout, I just don't like it. They're way too high. That'd be my complaint with the buttons. Here's the Geekbench score for this phone. It has a Snapdragon 8 Elite, but you can see the scores doesn't match up to something like a Galaxy S25 Ultra. It has one less core that's running in here. So the scores are better than a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Those score about, on a good day, I think it's about 6,800 or 7,000 on the multi-core. This is getting 7,800 basically. On a full maxed out, Samsung Galaxy S25 phone, you're getting 94, 9,500. So the score is pretty different, but this phone is super fast, really, really fast stuff. So I wouldn't be worried or too concerned about that, but it is something to know. This is also, when we look at this phone, it's just my first impressions, but basically, this is like an amazing front display, meaning like the size of it. Like there you go right there. Here it is next to a Galaxy S25. And this is obviously bigger, but this is like such a perfect size display. It's excellent. Excellent size display on here for daily use. There's no problem at all. Very, very impressed with it in general. Now this does run Android 15, so you get all the kind of stuff that you'd expect, like circle to search on here. So if you go into a photo, for instance, you have their AI editor, and in the AI editor, you can enhance clarity. They have AI eraser, unblur, remove reflections, things like that. So there are things in here to use for, like, for instance, just photo editing and things like that. Phone is super freaking smooth, as you would expect it. It has 16 gigs of RAM. It has the Snapdragon 8 Elite, even if it's missing a core. It's super smooth. And you would expect that from an Oppo/OnePlus phone anyway, and you totally get it. So it's really nice. The software, I haven't used an Oppo phone since the original Find N. And, coming from a more like the OnePlus Open, this feels just like it, especially if you've never used these. They run Color OS 15 on here. And everything on here also, software-wise, just like these notifications. And I don't think I even messed with the display size at all in terms of pulling everything. Everything just feels really big, which is really nice. It almost feels some stuff like on my Galaxy phone feels small, but like this feels proportionate to what I'm looking at. And I think it has to do with this bigger display on here versus a Galaxy. But yeah, there's something about, let me pull these down. Here's the notifications list. They're very similar, don't get me wrong, but there's something about it that just feels, and it's probably the display size. It just feels a lot bigger on the Oppo Find N5. Here's the two front displays looking at each other. The only thing that really pops out to me is I don't absolutely love the bezel on the front of these displays. It's not, a reason I wouldn't buy the phone, but it's also not something that would totally make me attracted to the phone at the same time. I want to show it next to the Galaxy phone in terms of what that looks like on the front display. So you can see the three phones next to each other. And this just, I would rather have these displays than that display, because this is almost, it's not unusable, but it's not my favorite. But I like this design better on the front. What about the crease? You can see it a little bit right there. When I turn the display off, you can definitely see it more so. There's the crease. Here's the OnePlus Open. Again, not too bad. You can you almost not see it at all. When you turn the display off, again, you can see it. And when you look at these, it's almost like, I feel like you can almost see it more on the N5 in a way. I don't know. It's almost like a deeper cut almost into that. And then here is the Galaxy phone. Here's when the display's on, you can see it a little bit. When the display is off, you can definitely see it as well. But I like, just comparing these, just looking at the crease. Let me go down a little bit and angle it. Yeah, you can definitely see the Z Fold 6s more, but it's not that bad, comparatively to the memos, the stuff that was going out about the Oppo Find N5, saying it was so much better. Here's what multi-window looks like on this phone, in case you're curious. On a website, you know, reading an article while you watch a video. Just turn that, make that full screen. You could do both, obviously, right there. If you turn it this way, what does it look like? There you go, maybe even a little bit better. Really cool stuff. We'll make that full screen. So obviously multitasking is a big thing on these folding phones. And this one, you know, again, looks really, really good. Here's what a video looks like on here. And you can zoom in. That's zoomed in all the way. You can zoom in partially, you know, whatever you want. But if you fill in the whole screen, that's what it would look like. You can see the camera hole right there. That's what it is at original. There is when it's angled like this. Here's the speakers. We'll just try some speakers. We'll play me talking first. You have it like to about right there. You get the View Edge branding. You have the buttons on the side, which I'll show you how those work. You have this. Speakers sound fine. Let's put it into a song now. This is like a warning shot to get up on my leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 to 7. My girl said I'm a dog, but all dogs go to heaven. Speakers are clear. Bass is pretty thumpy. Could it be improved in terms of its loudness and all that? Yeah, it's not like blaringly loud, but they're definitely good speakers. So what do I think about the phone? It's nice and thin, obviously. It's one of the nice things about it. It's pretty lightweight, doesn't feel overly heavy. I love the big, large displays on here. Both of them look really nice, have it be the inside or the outside displays. This thing charges fast, which is awesome. Super fast, 80 watts. The performance is good, but obviously it's not as good as you would get on an S25 phone or a phone that has the full Snapdragon 8 Elite processor in there with no cores missing. It's a good phone. You know, does it blow me away versus like a Galaxy, Z Fold 6 or an S25 Ultra or even the OnePlus Open? I'll be honest with you, in the short time I've been using it, no, it doesn't. If I had a OnePlus Open, I don't know if I'd be like, oh, I gotta get this. This is so much better. Cameras are seemingly so much better, I would say. But beyond that, the OnePlus Open is still pretty thin and a really good phone. So I don't know if I would be, again, that feeling like I'm missing out on anything. It's just it's really a option of wanting to get something that you don't have, but otherwise it doesn't seem that different, I'll be honest with you. And they're basically, it's been 2 years and this still feels pretty good, especially since they're putting out updates and stuff like that. But let me know your thoughts on it. I will compare these phones against each other, and I'm also going to compare the Galaxy Z Fold 6 versus this phone as well. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.